Kinds of questions, real or rhetorical. All languages use questions. In the Bible, there are two different kinds of questions. We will cover these two types of questions in this lesson. Is it a real or a rhetorical question? A real question asks for information and expects an answer. Here are two examples of a real question. What is your name? The expected answer would be for you to answer the question by saying your name. What time is it? You would answer with the time of day, or perhaps the exact hour and minute of time. A rhetorical question does not ask for information. It has some other purpose. It might be a question that does not have an answer, used emphatically or to emphasize a point. Please go through the lesson on the purposes of rhetorical questions to learn more. For example, it is a beautiful day, is it not? Here the rhetorical question follows a statement, so the speaker is asking the question to confirm their opinion. Someone might ask, "Do fish swim?" in order to indicate that the answer to the previous question is obviously yes. For example, he asks, "Will the bus come today?" And she would answer with, "Do fish swim?" meaning that of course the bus will come today. Cultures use rhetorical questions in various ways. In American culture, a person might say, "Really?" during a conversation. He says, "I went to the market today." She says, "Really?" She is not challenging what he said. She is actually saying that she is interested in what he said. Americans use "really?" as a rhetorical question that shows the listener understands what the speaker says. Here is a question. What color are your eyes? Is it a real or a rhetorical question? Remember, a real question asks for information and expects an answer. A rhetorical question does not ask for information. If you said real, you are correct. You are expected to answer with the color of your eyes. Here is another question. What father does not discipline his son? Is this a real or a rhetorical question? This is a rhetorical question. Sometimes it can be hard to recognize rhetorical questions. This is a rhetorical question because the person asking the question wants the listener to think about how a loving father will discipline his son. Here is another question. Who touched me? Is it a real or a rhetorical question? Did you answer real? The speaker wants to know information and expects an answer. One more question. How many fish do you have? Is it a real or a rhetorical question? If you answered real, you are correct. The person is looking for information. They want to know the number of fish that the person has. Now the last question. Do you think that I do not know that? Is it a real or a rhetorical question? This is a rhetorical question. The person asking the question does not want an answer. They are not looking for information. They are using a question to confirm that they do know something. Great job! You have learned about real and rhetorical questions. Please go through the lesson on the purposes of rhetorical questions, and then the lesson on how to translate rhetorical questions.